Oh, when we're on.
Hey, we're ready. We're live. We're going. We're ready. We're at Fast Eddie's Sports Bar.
Hey, everybody. It's Shannon Dalton. Sure would like to welcome everybody out to our second stop here on 2011 GSBT.
Absolutely.
Here with Inside Pool Magazine. This is the second stream matchup today, and it should and sure to be a good one. Got Mike Fuller, one of the best players in North Carolina. I'm sure everybody knows Mike. And Larry Faulk, also one of the better players in North Carolina. So you guys should be in for a good one. And this is an 11-9 race.
Absolutely. I'm Alvin with Inside Pool. I'm here with one of my favorite players, Shannon Dalton. And it's a real honor to be in the booth with you, Shannon.
Alvin, you guys do a big part for us, you and JR and everybody. Sally, the Inside Pool. Sally, if you happen to be on there, we miss you, sweetie. Hopefully we'll get to see you at the Derby.
She will be there. Yep, so we're going to watch... yeah, that's old.
Okay. Can we read? We don't have a chat with them, do we? Can I see what they're saying to me this time? Okay. I like that a lot better.
Yeah, we'll just hit F5 here.
F5 me then.
F5'd up. Yeah, you just want to talk. You just want to talk to them. If they ask you questions, you want to address the exact question that they're asking you, so it's not. Pause the.
1 second, guys. Let us get caught up to speed here real fast.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, if you have any questions out there for Shannon, be sure to ask him. He's here doing some rare commentary. He's usually running the tournament and a little too busy to commentate, but today he's going to set in here and give you all some of his knowledge. Future Hall of Famer.
Well, it helps me out a lot with Marge over here. Really, she's doing all the work today, and I've got it easy sitting over here with you guys, so I'm not going to complain.
Yep, she does an amazing job. Both of you do, for sure. I'll tell you, my second favorite match of the entire last year was your match with Johnny Archer here in November at 9-ball.
That was a good match.
Man,
that was a barn burner. He got the best of me, but we both played pretty good.
I'll tell you what, no matter who won that match, that was a break run out. Yeah.
Well, it looks like here, I don't really see a lot of problem with Mike cleaning these up here. I mean, he's a great player. And nothing's tied up. The 6 goes by the 7, looks like. Let's keep him an angle and come back across. 5 in the opposite corner, and 6 and 7 where the 4 goes. And I would say he is out from here. Fell a little short there, shooting it opposite-handed.
Yeah,
I believe he'll just cut this ball in, though, I think.
Yeah, I
He's
think
got enough angle.
He didn't take his time there on that shot. The first few racks are always a little shaky with everybody.
I had a little talk with Mike right before the tournament started, and he said he's just been having trouble staying focused. I mean, he's definitely capable of winning these events, but I think he's only won one event in 3 years on the tour, and that's highly unusual because he's won a bunch of other tournaments. This format we've got, though, is tough on the top players. I mean, that's what it is. It's geared to be an amateur event, and we make sure they've got a chance. So, I mean, if these AA players and stuff slack off a little bit, these Bs and now that we've added a C bracket, it's pretty easy for these guys to get beat if they're not real careful. But Mike cleaned up nicely well there.
Sure did. So he'll go ahead and take the first game of the set.
This is an 11-9 race. The ones of you that might not know the difference, that's Larry Faulk racking the balls in the orange shirt, and Mike is the boy in the white shirt sitting down. It is alternate the break format, again, to where the matches are usually pretty tight. We have a lot of heel matches.
Sure do.
In this format.
Now, why did you choose this particular format?
Well, the reason we chose this format is to give the common player a chance to win. You know, if they're playing the better players and the double A players, a lot of them's intimidated playing guys like Sam and like Mike because they, you know, if it's not alternate break, they can, if they're getting a 2 or 3 game spot and those guys run 4 racks from the start, there goes their spot. So now, you know, they're at least going to get to shoot no matter what every other game. So they are going to have some chances. And I think that's a big plus. One reason our matches stay so tight.
Now, Jedi Knight's asking in the chat, what type of drills do you do to get ready for a big tournament such as Derby?
Well, as far as drills, I'm not really a big drill person myself. I do, of course, I practice most of your common banks, you know, your cross sides, cross corners, straight backs. And I try to practice all of those. And I just try to, you know, get me a good player and practice all I can. You know, take somebody, you know, maybe an A player, a double A player on our tour and give them, you know, just an incredible amount of weight or whatever the most I think I can give them is and play $10 sets, you know. Not enough where nobody can get hurt, but enough just to make you try. Just to try to stay sharp.
Well, he set up Larry Faulk to have a real easy shot in the side pocket there.
He's got a shot on the deuce, and he may have an angle to go forward and tear out the 3. I think he's either going to have to go into the 3 or roll up and play the 3 in the other side pocket. I can't tell exactly how much angle he's got from here, but I think he would go into him. No, he tried to get above him, so evidently the 3 must go in this side pocket over here.
You've been on the road quite a bit.
Yeah, we put about 35,000 miles behind us last year in 2010, and looks like the schedule's going to be exactly the same this year. I mean, you know, a few different stops here and a few different stops there, but in general, we're going to do about 35 events a year. That's just all what you can possibly do. Got a few new events that I'm excited about having. We added Janet Atwell, the professional player Janet Atwell on the Women's Pro Billiards Tour. We added her room, Borderline Billiards, there in Bristol, Tennessee. We've got her coming up in February.
That sounds...
it's all the dates and everything's online, so you guys need to get up there and support Janet. She's a great person and good for the game. Numbered ball first. It's the same way. I'll double check that, but I believe I play the same way that they do at the Open and at the Derby. I believe that's correct. Yes, you can hit the lowest numbered ball, but you can't pocket it. You cannot pocket the lowest numbered ball.
So if those who might not know, Shannon, how did you start playing pool? I'm going to get into a little interview here section here real quick.
I was introduced to it at an early age. I got to give hats off all to my parents. When I was raised up, my dad was a car dealer by trade, an independent used car dealer, but he had a 4.5 by 9 national table made in Cincinnati, Ohio, in our basement. And I just, you know, as being, a child, 2-3 years old, I've been around the game my whole life. And then as I progressed and got better, he would take me out and let me play in tournaments. And then, of course, you started matching up, and it just, you know, progressed from there.
And when did you know that that's what you really wanted to do?
Well, as soon as you start trying to win a little bit, and then I was, you know, fortunate enough to get better and better, and had some good finishes in tournaments at young ages. And, you know, I think it's like anybody else, whether you play football, baseball, bowling, no matter what you might do, anything that you excel at, that's what you're going to want to do.
Now, you used to go up to my home pool room, Starcher's Billiards in Akron,
Yeah.
when you were younger, didn't you?
I was up
Thought you
there
played there a
some.
couple times, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a starter some. Yeah, I played. Me being from Kentucky, I stayed predominantly in the South. I mean, because it honestly and truly seemed to me like there was always. I went where the action was, and it seemed to me in general like there was always more action in the South. I mean, I played a lot up north also, but most of my career has been in the southern United States.
Oh, the weather's better.
Slightly, yeah. It's not been here recently.
Is there any matches that stick out in your mind that were like some of your favorite matches?
That I've played?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the one my very first big win against Mizrack
Nice.
in 98 was definitely one of the biggest wins of my career, and it got me jump started. But that was definitely, if I had to just pick one to go into, that would definitely be it. But Lord, I've got numerous matches.
Sure. And who's your favorite player? Oh, I know who it is, Nick Varner.
But Nick is definitely right there, especially if you go into just being an all-around good person. But, I mean, it'd be hard to argue much about Nicky Varner. I mean, growing up in Kentucky especially, too, and he's an 8-time world champion. Just a tremendous human being, too.
Who's some other players that you really like their game?
There's a lot of them. I mean, growing up, I was fortunate enough to grow up when Earl was by far the greatest nine-ball player, right through that era there when he played his very hottest.
Yep.
I've seen it awful hard for anybody to beat Earl at those times. And, me and Johnny's kind of grew up together. Johnny's just a few years older than me, but we've basically come up the ranks together. And, it'd be hard to deny it. Johnny's one of the greatest nine-ball players of all times.
He's
Buddy,
amazing. Yep.
Buddy was a dear friend of mine. I watched Buddy play a whole lot. Always a guy that, I've really idolized a lot.
It seems like you may model your game after Buddy in a lot of ways. Maybe not.
Well, I never did play. I never have been able to, and probably will never be able to handle the cue ball like Buddy Hall did. But I think my game is a little bit more all around than anybody's stuff.
Huh?
I guess if I had to say if my game was like somebody's, it would kind of be more like Nick's, playing all the games and everything. Because Nick's a better position player than I ever was also. Nick Varner just didn't pick many wrong shots whatsoever.
Yeah, he's an amazing player.
Well, back at the match at hand.
Yeah. Now we went story time. We're getting into story time there. That's my job, though. I got to interview.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Score is going to be 2-1. Mike Fuller.
2-1, Mike Fuller. Larry's a good player. He's won an event on our tour and had several top 5 finishes. So I would expect a pretty strong match.
Yeah, this should be. It's already moving right along here. Only been playing about 10 minutes, and we're already up into the 4th rack here. 4th rack, excuse me. He had 40 people show up.
Yeah, we had 40. That's a little under from where we've been at the rest of the year, but there's a lot of stuff going on. We're a week out from the Derby City Classic.
Yeah, the Derby City.
Everybody loves to go there, but you've also got a lot of people, that's saving their money to go there.
Yep.
You've got JOB's big bar table tournament going on in Nashville, Tennessee. You've got some players that probably would be here that's there. Actually, one of the guys that plays on our tour, our winner last week, he's got a tournament in the southern part of South Carolina going on this weekend.
Oh, that's probably where Brian White's at.
Actually, Brian, I was just practiced with Brian Thursday night. Brian has got baby duty this weekend.
Oh.
His wife Amanda is got to go out of town to do some training for a job, and she's leaving actually tomorrow, and won't be back in until late Wednesday night for Brian to get to the Derby sometime Thursday.
I also thought I would see Jeff Abernathy and Mike Walker here, but neither one of those guys are here.
I really figured that too. I don't know what's getting going on with Jeff. Jeff could be at JOB's. Jeff could be one of the guys that could be at JOB's. Mike Walker, I'm surprised is not here, but he's a businessman. He could have anything going on. Larry's trying to make a nice little run here. I see they got a close hit, looks like. If they call me, I'll have to go, guys.
Got it.
That sounds like Mike Walker is at the brass tap in Raleigh. I'd say if Mike's hanging around Raleigh, there's one reason he must be at action.
Yep. Got that individual diamond table he's got over there in the corner.
This is a pretty big shot right here for Larry. He could get it tied up 2-2, and, then them games start to show up. If you don't catch these guys, giving them a lead early, if you don't catch them early, you don't want to get down to the end of the match and have not caught them. I'm really happy with our format that we've got. It's took some time to get it correct. And, we was really debating on adding the C bracket, but I think that's a big plus for us. We're trying to get more and more league players involved and let them guys know that they actually got a chance to come out and compete with these good players and have a chance to win. They're not just coming out donating their entry fee now. They do. When they come out here, we want them to have a chance, at least to get in the cash or feel like they're getting a big bang for their buck.
Yeah, I like your format a lot. I'm a fan of the short race, but, when you're playing for a decent amount of money like this, you really want to go prove who's the better player, and that requires a longer race.
Well, the only way you could do it handicap too, is the way we do ours, is make the better players go to a higher number.
Absolutely.
I mean, like now our C players are just going to 6. So on the big table, your C's go to 6, your B's go to 7, your A's go to 9, your double A's go to 11.
Looks like Mike Fuller's going to go up here.
3-1, Mr. Fuller. Larry got a shot. He had a shot on a billiard there and just didn't hardly hit it correctly. He had a little bit of a funny angle. I mean, it's not like it was a dead one or nothing.
Yeah, we got Draft Man 26 out there saying Mike looks comfortable. Yes, he does.
I think also I see there, Sam Monday won the mini tournament last night.
Yes, he did. Played really strong, too.
Sam's a great player.
He's coming up. He's coming up fast.
We're also doing something a little different this year for 2011. We are going to have a point system to be able to give away a Player of the Year award and everything for the end of 2011. Guys, give me 1 second. I got to make a hit call. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Basha is in the room and chatting on the stream. He's in the room and chatting. He's actually sitting right behind us, chatting on the chat.
Basha Pro 1?
Yes, that is Bob.
Oh.
Oh,
It's Papa Basha. Sorry about that.
Okay. We thought Mike was being a little lazy there.
Well, I seen Mike being a little sneaky, being here behind us and had his phone out. I thought he had one of them gadget phones where you can do everything.
I thought he was playing a joke on us.
Whoever thought that you would see a time where you can file taxes on a cell phone?
We got to do a What's in the Case with you at
Yeah,
Derby City.
we definitely. I would like to do one
We're
of
gonna
those.
do one.
Yeah, Andy Gilbert for sure. I mean, anybody has seen my new cue, boy, I'm very, very proud of it. He's made me a masterpiece. Everybody will get to see it this year at the Derby.
I got a
And
nice picture. I got a nice picture of that on my Facebook of your cue.
well, the great thing about it is it even plays better than it looks.
Does that have a cord center to that cue, like your old shooting cue? Does that have a core, a laminated core? Does he do
In the
on that?
butt?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. It's sad to say this, but I really don't know. I would think so, because if not, with all the ebony and ivory it's got in it, it would be so heavy you couldn't hardly play with it.
Yeah, because you used to shoot with Sean cue, and that's a laminated core.
Yeah, because that's all this cue is ebony, ivory, silver, and black lip mother of pearl. Well, Mr. Fuller's at the table again, and again, here's really the shot of the game, making this 3 and getting on the 4. You get the correct angle on the 4, as to the 5.
Well, you just soft hit this, or
Yeah, I think you come above the 6,
rail and
just
out?
right there, yeah.
That's the right way to play it. He looks like he's going to go too far.
He got a little bit on the opposite side of it, but I believe you can cut it in and either draw one rail or roll 2. He's drawing it. He's going to be drawing it with bottom right. They may have got a little tricky here. If this ball got straight in and froze on the rail, this could be a little tricky. He's shooting it like